folks, welcome back to the next episode of Paper Gaming News, where we cover paper games, paper computer games, and anything from the universe of paper computer games. At the bottom, you'll see which category each item is. I know I took way too long to get this video out, so let's get right to it. Stick around to the end for an announcement about the future of paper gaming news. Don't worry, folks, Chris is not leaving the PCG community. A lot of people were worried, so I thought I should clarify his announcements in the last video was a joke.
I'm done with paper computer games. Not making any more, not participating in the community. I'm not going to have anything to do with any of the characters or anything that I've made over the years. That's it, I'm done, I'm out.
And he wore his Zoovac shirt to show he wasn't serious. On that note, he just made a new PCG called Putz-a-Tony. The game has Zach the character returning for his first game in years, only to be turned into a groundhog by the wizard Sluiceface. Now he has to complete a series of challenges in a groundhog's body to be turned human again.
The ring with this giant guy who's ready to box you. Oh shoot. The wizard's like, wow, so you thought you could win everyone over on the Weather Channel. Well, that's fine. We'll see if you can win over Bruno, the sawtooth boxer. Oh, wait, is that me? Yep. Oh, shoot.
Chris is also still playing through my game, Zoovac, The Life and Times of a Clown on a Stick, and I'm playing through his game, What Conspiracy? Meanwhile, you may have heard of a platform called Instagram. Well, we've just launched the official Paper Computer Games Instagram page. The page was Via's idea, and she's the one who put in the work to create it and made most of the posts so far. But it won't be just her posting on there. I have access to it too, and I'll be posting as well whenever I have something cool and PCG related that doesn't fit into a video I want to share. So if you're on Instagram, be sure to follow us, and there will be a lot of cool stuff there. YouTuber Fun Crafts and Cute Drawings started making a Minecraft paper game and has a detailed inventory screen, but hasn't made most of the game itself yet.
So there's two different modes, survival and creative. So here's my inventory.
Meanwhile, Salty Boy 243, also known as Blox, I mentioned in the last news video that he's making a comic series called Outtro, set in the far future where humanity has abandoned Earth for another planet. Well, now he's released the first page of that comic on the PCG wiki. It looks fantastic, and you can check it out there on the wiki, link in the description like everything else here. He also announced an upcoming paper computer game. This game is called Roomscape, and he announced it in an article on the PCG wiki. According to the wiki article, it follows the story of a normal person waking up in a room. The person doesn't remember getting there, and the goal is to escape. The game style is point and click, and it keeps the player entertained with lots of puzzles and riddles. We don't yet know if the game is related to the Outtro story or to the PCG universe or anything else, or if it's just its own thing. Either way, it sounds pretty darn cool, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to be all about. YouTuber SilverPro released an intro animation for his game, Once Upon a Time. The animation tells the story of humans fighting monsters in a cave who became trapped in a strange portal. YouTuber KingMirak 12 made a paper game called Progress, the game of continual adventure, for his paper gaming console. The game seems to be a side-scrolling adventure that just keeps on going, just like the title suggests. YouTuber Pugs-x-knots created his own version of Pokémon Red, which seems fairly close to the game, but has interesting differences, like words being spelled out in unknowns. Meanwhile, Dioga Beta, the Pokemon fanfiction writer, who previously included Gash Ketchum from MyPCG, Pokemon Stop, in his massive Pokemon crossover fanfiction, Crisis in the Dream World, is at it again. This time, he created a crossover with just Pokemon Stop. So the previous crossover was with a whole bunch of different Pokemon fanfiction stories. This one is with just Pokemon Stop. The new crossover deals with the strange nature of the Pokemon fanfiction universe, which includes my PCG Pokemon stuff. The universes sorta overlap. I mean, the characters from one story can go visit characters from another, but then the different stories will have different versions of, like, say, Misty from the anime. So, it's sort of the same universe, but it's also kind of not. It's a little weird. This story kind of explains why that is, and it has a lot to do with Dinkus, my PCG character. It's also about the conflict between Gash and Ian, the hero from Dialga Beta's Pokemon Tales stories. So the story's not yet in its final draft, but you can read it in its current form right now on the PCG Wiki. It has a ton of PCG references, so even if you're not a Pokemon fan, there's a lot for you in here. It's got stuff from my PCGs, from Chris's PCGs, from Pierre's PCGs, and Kurt's, and it's super awesome. Plus, there's a ton of Pokemon stuff from other video games. It's just a really epic multiverse-spanning adventure, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You guys should check it out. Once he posts the final version on the Pokemon Fanfiction Wiki, I'll link to it in the description in this video. In the meantime, you can read the draft on the PCG Wiki. Meanwhile, YouTuber Benny Bean isn't really part of the PCG or paper game communities, but her degree program required her to design a video game and make a paper prototype of it. The result looks a lot like some of the paper games on YouTube. The game is called Space Runner, and it has a lot of detail, and clearly a lot of effort went into it. So here's wishing her good luck on her assignment. The Sonic Activist is back on the paper gaming scene. His new game, Sonic Fighters, is basically a Sonic fighting game with a turn-based fighting system. The game features a health bar, and it's actually a two-player game, so it'll be interesting to see how it would work when played with another person. So back in my Let's Play video where I was playing Via's PCG, The Ogre and the Princess, the prequel, there was this exchange.
Hello.
Yes, horse. Where is my daughter?
She has been kidnapped.
What? Well, maybe it's because you come from a weird line of liar horses.
Oh.
Well, Flamespot left this comment on the video. Backstory on the Horses family. Prequel to the prequel? Well, Flamespot may have thought he was just kidding, but little did he know that that prequel to the prequel he was talking about would actually see the light of day. Inspired by that comment, Via started working on a PCG to explore the Horses family. Well, it didn't quite work out as a PCG, unfortunately, but she did change it from a PCG to a video. That video is called Memories of a Horse. It's now been released on both her YouTube channel and this channel. I'll link to both versions in the description below. The video reveals some famous horses that are related to the horse we met in the prequel game. Salman the Fish is working on a new PCG called Way, or Who Are You? We don't know much about the game, though he did release these two images from it. This one is presumably the cover. Salman said he's learned from his past mistakes on PCGs of going, quote, way too big, unquote, on his earlier games and never getting them done. So in this game, he says he has a backstory worked out and it all makes sense, so it'll be interesting to see how this all comes together. If it works, this would be the first major PCG from Salman to see the light of day, so that would be super awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Flamespot has released a new episode in his OP RPG series. This is a series of one-page paper RPG games, which started out as an entry in my paper computer game contest. The new episode, Redemption, features our main character trying to battle his way across the map, sometimes paying people off rather than fighting them, to try to rescue Smee, who was kidnapped in the last episode. YouTuber Poor Gamer Nation has announced he's going to start making paper computer games and join the PCG community. So far, he's announced a post-zombie apocalypse game, and he's released images and descriptions for characters, and they look really cool. It's not clear if they're from the same zombie PCG or not. So this guy is Azinu, the mystic god of the robotic underworld, and this guy is Nervina, the ruler and keeper of the souls of robots. Here's what Poor Gamer Nation has to say about these two. Quote, like humans, when a robot dies, they either go to Azinu's dimension or Nervina's dimension. The cool thing about robots is that they either are digitally transported to one of the dimensions when they die, or they can be saved by a mechanic or electrician. This robot, a Xenu, is less of a god, but a keeper of robots that are conscious of their wrongdoings. He's not an evil character like Satan or the devil, but a good one that actually works alongside Nervina, keeper of good robots. So that sounds super interesting and super cool. I'm looking forward to seeing the finished game of that. Finally, here's his version of Zoovac. This is very different from the Zoovac we know, but it's a really interesting and cool version. Poor Gamer Nation has said among the PCG characters I've shown, Zoovac is the one that stood out to him, and now he's made his own version, which is super cool. I'm really looking forward to seeing this game or these games. I'm not sure if it's multiple games that all this stuff is from, or it's all the same game. Either way, I'm looking forward to all of it. This poor Gamer Nation is doing some awesome work, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of it. So stay tuned for more of that. YouTuber Riley Kramer has also announced he's going to join the PCG community and start making paper computer games. And not only that, Zoovac is going to be in one of them. Seems like there's a lot of Zoovac love going around, which is awesome. Anyway, after that, he changed his channel name to Paper Computer Box Co., which is just amazingly awesome. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he comes up with in terms of paper computer games. YouTuber Frameflip also announced he's going to start making his own games, though it's not clear if they're PCGs or paper games. Nothing else is known about his plan, so it'll be interesting to see where he goes with that. Stay tuned for more about Frameflip. Meanwhile, Paula, the creator of Diner, a PCG I was playing early on in the history of this channel, she has announced she's working on a new PCG. This one is based on cats, but it will have a science fiction theme involving the cat, Hobie, being captured by aliens who are taking over the Earth. So last episode I mentioned Radioactive Paper Games when he gave me the rights to his library of paper game and paper computer game ideas. Well, now he commented again and revealed that although he quit PCGs, he's still been watching and is somewhat considering getting back into the PCG community, which is awesome. So this isn't a guarantee by any means, but it would be great to see him back in the community, so fingers crossed. And either way, we here at PCG News wish him the best in whatever he does. Good luck in all your endeavors, Radioactive Paper Games, and we hope to see you back here in the community soon. Via has created computer microbe art of Super Mouse. Super Mouse is one of the characters from her PCG, the Ogre and the Princess, and using this technique, which is, like a computer game sort of, you can draw things and then see the microbes you drew with grow into Super Mouse, just like real microbe artists do. So there is a real category of microbe art, and these are scientists who take microbes, they paint them in a certain pattern, and then as the microbes grow, it forms into the picture that you see. So this is a computer game that simulates that, and she made Super Mouse with it, which is really cool.
Mission Z, we are just going to move here, then we're going to jump again.
Well, that's all the PCG and paper game news I've got for today, but I promised you guys an announcement, so here it is, the announcement. Look, folks, this video took way too long to get out, in part because there was so much stuff going on to report on. Really, too much stuff. I'm pretty sure this is going to end up being the biggest PCG news video yet, and that's honestly a lot to deal with, so I'm ending paper gaming news. Okay, I'm just kidding, I'm sorry. This is a terrible influence on me, I couldn't resist. No, okay. Here's the real announcement. I've decided to try, and this is just trying, so no guarantees on this. I'm going to try to make PCG news come out every 2 weeks instead of once a month. I feel like now there's enough paper computer game stuff and paper game stuff coming out all the time that I'll have enough to talk about, and plus that way creators won't have to wait so long to see their stuff featured on Paper Gaming News. So I'm going to try and start this in February, so there should be an early February episode and a late February episode. And then do another one at the end of February. As always, if you guys know of any PCG or paper game related news that I should report on, please let me know in the comments below, and I will be glad to feature it on this show. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching, folks, and keep it peace. Yeah.
Hey folks, sorry I'm super late on this video, but life just got demanding, plus there was so much PCG stuff that kept happening, I couldn't keep up. The more I tried to work on it, the more stuff would come out. Anyway, the animation after my intro speech was created by Via using an old picture of Zoovac, which was drawn by me. The animation was her idea, so thanks to her for that.